Sometimes I don't share my opinion on certain matters, both in real life and online, because I'm thinking it's not as if I don't think that what I believe about the matter, that my opinion is valid or true. It's because I've held many opinions across the years that used to be true, but they changed. And then because I'm a lover of truth, I gravitate towards what is now true. And then I'm thinking, what if I drop this opinion about this matter and then it changes in the next 1 year? And because the internet never forgets, and then there's a digital footprint, somebody can come upon that comment of yours or that opinion you shared. They can come across that opinion 5 years from the time that you shared it. And by that time, that opinion is obviously obsolete, obviously no longer true. And then they are going to judge you based on that. It's a concern that I have, by the way. And you know how people like to stick with the version of you that supports their bias. If somebody does not like you and they found out you said something 10 years ago, an opinion you obviously have gotten over, something you no longer believe in, something you have probably made other posts or made other submissions that correct that stance you used to hold. If they find a comment you made 10 years ago, they will hold it against you. Meanwhile, they themselves who are holding something you said 10 years against you have also held opinion in the recent past that they no longer hold. You understand the point? Yes. So, but because you, as a lover of truth, when you find out that something is no longer true, you abandon it and move on to what is true. For instance, hundreds of years ago, people believed that the earth was flat. After a while, scientific evidence now showed that the earth is not flat, but spherical. And those who are lovers of truth, as everybody ought to be, they moved on from what they used to believe to what is now consistent with the evidence on ground. You get the point? That's how people are supposed to behave. That's the right response. If you used to hold a belief, a conviction, and then it is proven to you that this thing is no longer true or was never true, the right thing to do is to shift and move on to the truth and acknowledge that you were wrong. But people want to believe the version of you that sponsors their bias, that gives them something to fight you with, that gives them something to revile you with. This is one of the concerns I have. That's why sometimes I hold back from sharing opinions on certain matters, especially online, especially on record. Because if it's on record, it's difficult to change it. It's like evidence. It's a concern I have. I just wanted to share with you. I try not to allow it stop me from sharing something I think I should share, especially if I believe it is consistent. All right. Note that there are certain truths that don't change, but then there are certain things that are true today that will no longer be true tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Grace to you.